I'm Cass.
I'm Rachel, and you're listening to the Appliance Girls. But I think I'm really excited to, get women on the podcast.
I mean, we love men too.
If you had a superpower, any
Oh,
superpower,
gosh. Not this one.
any superpower, what would it be?
If you don't believe in what you're selling or you don't believe in the business, you're not going to be able to sell it.
I thought you were talking about something else. Good morning, Cassandra.
Good morning, Rachel.
And welcome to another episode of the Appliance Girls podcast.
Yes, today's a special episode.
Yes, it is a special episode. It is our first episode of our series of Women in Business, which I'm very excited about. So welcome to our guest for today. Who do we have today, Cass?
Today we have someone very special. We have Christina Orlich from Cure Skincare.
Yes.
Welcome, Christina.
Thank you so much for having me.
This
How
is
exciting.
a special episode for a few reasons because number one, it's our first guest of 2025, which is great.
Ooh.
So it's big,
Special.
lots of pressure, Christina.
Gotta make it good.
And the other one is that I've known Christina most of my life.
Yeah.
So seeing her journey has been quite inspiring, and we wanted to share it with everyone and see how she got to where she is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So welcome.
Thank you. No, thanks so much for having me. And Cass, I've known you for so long.
I know.
So, and it's awesome to see what you've done as well, you know. So it's great. It's great
Yeah.
that we're here today.
I know. It's funny how, you watch people that are so successful and you see their journeys, but when you know someone that's and you see them like succeeding in their careers and succeeding, starting their own businesses, it's a lot more special because you actually see it firsthand.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like kind of inspires you to be like, we can be like that too.
Yeah,
If Christina
100%.
can do it, we can do it.
Everyone can do it. And I think we love celebrating it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
so it's good to celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to start. Cure Skincare is a absolutely banger of a product.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
And we want to start from the beginning. Let's talk about Cure. Where did you guys get the idea? Where did you start?
Yep.
And let's go from there.
Okay, cool. Well, I became obsessed with skincare because I was trying to solve my own skin issues. I had horrible skin my whole life.
Yeah.
And I would help everyone's skin around me. Whoever was around me just had to have good skin as well. So I was like on a mission. And then Matthew moved to Croatia and I used to send him skincare packages. Like on Wednesdays, you'll mask. On Thursdays, you'll put this moisturizer. I was that obsessed. I went to go see him one time in Croatia and his skin was like flawless. And I was like, whoa, those products are doing you really good. And he like confessed to me, he's like, I actually haven't used any of those products. I'm like, what have you been doing? And he showed me like this massive LED light panel.
I do remember
It was like a big, do you remember it? It's like big industrial size. And I was like, what? What is this? Anyway, like he told me about the technology, how it works. Naturally, I was like, I want one. My skin needs this. Where can I get one? He's like, well, I paid like $4,000 or $5,000 for it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I know, like my heart's saying.
Disaster.
I know. I was like, oh, rich people things. I was like, oh my gosh, that like really sucks because I couldn't afford the treatments that my skin needed.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like a light bulb moment. We're like, okay, we need to create something for the face. And so we set out on a mission to basically bring clinical grade treatments to people's homes for an affordable price because we believe that feeling good in your skin and having good skin shouldn't be a luxury, but it should be a fundamental right.
Yeah.
So that's how it really all started.
And I love that because you're right. There's so many products on the
So
market.
many.
It's like, if you're someone that doesn't know anything about skincare, where do you even begin? It's like there's serums, there's moisturizers, there's eye creams, there's night
there's
creams,
so
there's
much.
day creams. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, what do I even do with
Yeah.
this? And
It gets overwhelming.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
100%.
I'm learning from my 10-year-old daughter who's obsessed with skincare.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I really need to learn from her because I'm getting really old and I need to learn about proper skincare. But it is overwhelming.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. I
And-
mean,
yeah.
people are bombarded with so many products every single day. Like
100%.
the
Yeah.
space is very competitive.
Yeah.
So I think that was the challenge for us, being new in the market, was just like really cutting through the noise.
Yeah.
And showing people that we're not just another trending beauty tool. Like we're a serious, results-driven, science-backed product
Yeah.
that you guys need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And I guess everything starts from that one idea.
Yeah.
Where did you go from there? Like, did you go find doctors? Did you go find suppliers or manufacturers? Like, how did you even begin that process?
Well, when we figured out that we need to do like an LED face mask, we like searched on Google and realized where we weren't geniuses. There was like another 110 competitors. We're like, okay. So I knew that I had to make it different.
Yeah.
So I myself suffer from both like breakout issues and also anti-aging. So I knew I wanted to create a device that had all in one. Whereas on the market, there was either blue light for acne or red light for anti-aging, which was a problem because that would mean I would need to invest into 2 devices, which is way too expensive.
Yeah.
Like, what would I do with the anti-acne LED mask once my acne is gone? It's just like another waste. So I definitely wanted to create an all-in-one device. And then I came across a article in Vogue Business that spoke about the customization and personalization of skincare being like the future of it. And I was like, we need to create a customizable LED mask. And that way, that's what we did. We made it app-driven, so you can actually schedule or program 2 different treatments on 5 facial areas, and basically just has one device that adapts to your changing skin concerns.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's literally like what everyone's concerns are. And you're right, having 2 products is like, number one, space. Like, you got to have 2 products, then you've got to use them both. It's time and efficiency. It kind of just
But that's like a game changer. I think that, like, with current technology, controlling with an app, like, you know, a lot of times you put everything on your face in all in one, but your face is different in different
100%.
areas. So,
and it changes too, right? Even when you're on your period, you might get like a pimple there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So our mask at least allows you to program the treatments every single time and customize according to your skin concerns.
Yeah.
Love that.
And how do you go about, like, I don't even know where you would begin in terms of sourcing, how to even design that or what that looks like, and
Yeah, that was a challenge in itself.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It took us like 2 years to actually develop it.
Yeah.
And because we're the world's first customizable LED mask, no one had done it before. So it was so much trial and error.
Yeah.
And I'd never done business before. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
All I knew is I had a great idea that we needed to bring to market. So I had to really find a good manufacturer. I need to find a design team and engineer that can bring my vision to life.
Yeah.
And then as you start making samples, you realize what's possible, what's not possible. Like, one gap that I really saw in the market was the treatment time.
Yeah.
They're always like at least 10 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No one has the time to be plugged in for that long.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's busy. So I knew that the treatment had to be really short and sweet. Like, if it can fit into your busy lifestyle, you're going to use it more, then you're going to get better results.
Yeah.
So that was probably a challenge in itself as well, along with all like the customization features and stuff like that. But we got there in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say honestly, as mums, like, we don't have time to go get a 2-hour
can
facial
imagine.
every 2 weeks. Like, it's just so time consuming. Like, we've got to get our hair done, we've got to get our facials done. Like, I
Nails
need
too,
to prioritize.
Yeah.
And like, having that 3 minutes where and you're not plugged in or anything, you're wireless, so you can literally
wireless.
just be cleaning the house and have your facial being done at that one time. That is a game changer in itself. Like, people live busy lifestyles, like you said, and mums especially. We're running around after kids. Rachel's running after 4, so she needs to have she needs to have a mask on while she's doing school drop off. And I just think like that just changed the industry completely.
Because that's the thing. Like, I don't have time. Like, by the time I get to bed, and I go to do my skincare, I'm like, oh, I can't
You're
be bothered.
wrecked.
Like, I'm wrecked. I don't want to have the time. But if I can have something that I can wear and actually do things at the same time, like, that's a game changer for me.
I mean, convenience is everything, right?
Absolutely.
And how many devices? I don't know if you guys have done this, but I've bought so many devices and I think I'm going to use it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited at the start and it's like 20 minutes, maybe like rolling it there on your face and then you just leave it in the cupboard. No one can be bothered anymore, you know? So that's why I really wanted to focus on the convenience of using an LED mask, make it short and sweet, customizable, definitely wireless. I mean, all these other LED masks had like these charger cords hanging from it. Like, where'd you even put one of those? Like, fling it on your shoulder? I don't know. So yeah, that's what we were, I guess, different in the market.
And I think in skincare, you're right, there are a lot of gimmicks. Like, you go to the shops and there's like a machine that does your cleanser, or there's something and you're like, is this a gimmick or is this actually going to work? So what do you think with the face mask, do you think was your biggest hurdle in showing to people that it wasn't just a kind of a gimmick product, that it actually works?
Yeah, that was pretty difficult. That was like a challenge in itself because LED light therapy, it's invisible. You know, it's not like a serum or a moisturizer. You read the ingredients, you can feel it, you apply it. This works underneath the skin and takes some time to see results. It's like, you know, when you're working out or dieting, you need to just be consistent with it and then the results will come and they'll last long. So educating people on why it works was a challenge. We use a lot of dermatologist partnerships to help us communicate that to our audience. I think that really worked.
I feel like I struggle with that. I'm like, okay, like Dayan is a fiend for gimmicks. Like, he will buy, he'll see something on Instagram and just go, oh yeah, I'm buying this for sure. And I'm like, this is just nothing. This is not even going to do anything. He'll use it for 1 second and that's it. So I'm like, I always like to be careful with what I'm buying because I don't want to fall into that Instagram trap of a gimmick.
Yeah. But I do know, obviously looking at your socials and your advertising, that you're big on showcasing the scientists behind your product. Go through the process of how you got involved with the scientists and what that looks like and how that's helped you obviously gain a following and customers.
I mean, it was tough, but I knew that like once we got the product into people's hands, they would see the innovation, they would feel the quality, and naturally they would want to be associated with the brand. Dermatologists, they love LED light therapy because there's so much clinical data backing it. So it's quite easy to get them on board when all those boxes were ticked. And they really helped us communicate to the audience why and how it worked. And obviously they're experts in skin, so people trust what they say. And that really translated well onto socials and getting our sales and things like that.
Because I think, you know, like influencers using products is a way of obviously people selling them. But then obviously when I see yours and I see that the scientists and the dermatologists are backing it up, then I'm like, it actually gives me confidence that this is a real amazing product.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think is a win for you guys.
It
You're
is.
done with that.
And LED therapy has been so big in beauticians
in
the past few years, and you're paying maybe $100+ just for a red light session or a blue light session, whereas this you have in your own home, and it's the pricing is going to last you years and years.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a one-time cost investment. And it saves so much time as well, as we already discussed. But
So what else have we got in terms of products? Because it started with the mask, obviously, and your brand has progressed into different products, and you've obviously been watching the industry and seeing different things in the market. What have you taken Cure to?
At the first, we'll really hone in on just like skincare, but as you can see, we've gone to filters and things like that. Basically, we're just dipping into any category we feel like that we can make an impact while still staying pretty true to our core values, which is science-driven, results-backed products. So not to expose too much, but we do have another device coming out, actually a couple. Again, it's going to be a world's first of something. Yeah. It's already been in making for like 2 years, so it's taking some time, so you know it's going to be good. But yeah, that's about it.
Because I know you guys have got the water filters. Talk to us about that, because I have no idea about that space. Like I've seen you guys post it so many times, and I'm like, what is this?
Have you ever showered with a filter?
No,
never.
Water? No. I've never even
I should have brought you one.
I've never even looked into it. So tell us about that product and what that does.
What that does? Well, water is filled with a lot of contaminants.
Is this like
chlorine.
the whole hard water versus soft water? We've been having this debate at work.
Like you guys have gone to Europe, right? You probably feel it a lot more there than we do here in Australia. Well, anyway, all these things in our water, all these chemicals, they're damaging our skin. They're drying it out. They're making us premature age a lot quicker. They're causing breakouts, irritation. So what these filters do is just help filter out all those nasties and help give you like a clean, purified cleanse pretty much.
It's crazy.
Which is like really good for the skin. Yeah.
It's crazy because like you never would think of these things.
It makes a big difference.
The difference that it would make is just like...
Well, I only really knew about it because when we went to Japan at the beginning of the year, and apparently a lot of the hotels in Japan have the filters on their showers. And so everyone, like, was all over my TikTok, people saying like their skin got better in Japan, and then they realized it was the filters on the showers. And then it was funny because then I came home and then you guys released it. And I was like, oh, I got to get one.
I mean, how did you find your hair as well showering there? Was it like so much like smoother, shinier? Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
And then came home and then back to dry.
Back to normal.
But that's the thing, like our hair, and especially because we use heat on our hair all the time. You'll blow dry it, use a hair straightener. It's always dry. So having that water change, I'm taking the advice from you guys, would be a game changer.
Yeah, it would. You need to try it.
And it's just that educational process as well. Educating people about this stuff. Like this isn't something that we regularly would talk about or we would regularly see.
Yeah.
And it's something where you have to educate them on the process first to be able to invest in that product.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's your educational kind of push? Are you doing like more social? Like what do you think is your priorities?
I think when it comes to educating the customers, number one, it's like simplifying the science, making it super easy to understand, you know, making it very relatable, short to the point, but you know what's happening. And then number 2, I think showcasing our real results from real users that then supports what we're saying in the science side.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I would say using the derms to help validate what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because again, they're experts in the field and people believe
100%.
what they're saying and they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like the combination of those 3 really help us to educate our audience, and that's a huge part of our strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think having the dermatologist, like we said, is so important. But then having those before and afters of real people using the product, that's something that will just make me want to buy it.
Yeah.
Like if I see the product actually working, then that's what's going to sell it for me, because you can actually witness it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas some brands that don't do that, it's like, okay, is this actually going to work, or is this just another cream on my
gimmick?
On my 100 creamed
100 cream basket
shelf in the bathroom?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's seeing those before and afters, which is super important. And now let's get into the next step of it. So the product Cure, you are a co-founder with your brother Matthew.
Yes.
So Rach and I know firsthand what it's like working with family. We've got our husbands that we work with.
Yeah.
Working with your brother, how do you find the dynamics of a sibling partnership? Like, is it hard for you, easy?
Yeah.
Do you guys just kind of keep to yourselves, or are you very much working together?
That's a question. I mean,
Sorry,
you know,
Matthew.
sorry in advance.
It's all right, you can be honest.
Yeah, I definitely will. Now, you guys know what it's like. Like, it can do your head in sometimes. And, like, we butt heads quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would see an ad on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll call him up. I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Take it down. You got big red text. You're ruining my brand. We're not Kmart. Get back here, fucking converts. You know, it's like we always butt heads like that, but we're super honest.
Yeah.
We're super upfront, which I think is also good, and because we're so comfortable with one another.
Yeah.
So that helps us grow, and it pushes us to be like better versions of ourselves, better for the company.
Yeah.
And it all works out in the end because we both had the same vision.
Yeah.
You know, so we both had the same goal that we're working towards. So it's no hard feelings. I mean, one way that we which we need to improve on probably, how we like settle arguments. Like we just like block each other on WhatsApp. I was like, I need some space, like honestly. And
Give
like,
me a week.
Yeah, legit. And I'm like, block, you're on a rant, block. And then like the next day we'll be like, okay, so back to that conversation. What I meant was, and that's the way we do it. You know?
Maybe we need to try that, blocking our husbands.
Yeah, at first I was like, wow, he just blocked me. And I was like, well, maybe this is like a great strategy we can just, you know, do together. But it's not the perfect way, but it's what works for us for now.
Hey,
So,
why not? You find the way that works best for you and you run with that.
Yeah.
Are you guys very different, similar, or what do you think?
I think like in terms of personalities, we're probably quite similar.
Okay.
But when it comes to the business world, we have different strengths.
Okay.
So we each bring our own like talent to the table, I guess you can say. He's like super great at strategy and ideas. So he handles things like advertising, new customer acquisition, accounts. Where me, I'm like very creative. So I'm like head of product development. I do all the branding stuff, the website, landing pages. So I guess like we complement one another, and that's why we make such a good team, because he's like offense and I'm defense.
Yeah.
And is that the roles that you guys stick to? And I guess it's important to have those roles and create those lines so then you're not stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah,
like
we
you
still
said.
step on each other's toes a little bit. Like sometimes I just can't help it. He can't help it too. Like we always think we can do each other's role better than one another, which is hard, right? But at the end of the day, it's the same goal.
Yeah.
So if we can improve in any way, whether he's in my category or department, I'm in his, it's whatever.
You both got the same passion, which
Yeah,
is
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess growing up, both of you have always been very aspirational and very determined and passionate. Do you think because he's your older brother, do you think you he inspired that in you and you kind of looked up to him in a way to start your own business as well?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I saw what he was doing because he started businesses from a very young age.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be like my big brother. I liked how it looked. I liked how much he hustled because he was really passionate about it too. So that side really attracted me to the business. But most importantly, I always wanted to do something I was really passionate about. Not just a quick startup that you make a few million, then you shut down. I wanted to create a legacy, something that lasts a very long time. And I think that's very important when it comes to business, creating something that you love and knowing why you created it, because otherwise business gets hard.
Yeah.
So as soon as it gets hard, you'll probably quit if you don't love it.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll just end up like everyone else, you know, just quitting a business that they start and not proceeding. So
Yeah, and you see that a lot. People kind of start up a business and then they get over it.
Yeah.
They get bored and it's like, oh.
But also it gets hard, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh, I'll just think of something else.
Yeah.
Like this, me, I don't think of anything else. This is only what I think of. And it'll be like that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. I love that.
Just
and that's something your kids can take over.
That's what I'm hoping, right? I'd love for my daughter to be like, Mom, I want to work in your company. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, come on board.
Yeah.
You know?
But I love that word you said, legacy.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that because then that shows your passion, that you're really passionate about building this business and handing it down to your children. Like, as in, that shows that you're really passionate about that industry, but then also what you've created, which means you actually believe in your products.
Yeah,
and
100%.
what you're building, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you want to show your kids as well, you know, your dedication and that you are a hard worker to show them, you know, the values that hard work gets you places. And, you know, we've talked about this before, that these days, like the work ethic that come out of school at the moment, like they kind of want that quick reward and that quick pay rise and everything now, whereas they need to see that they need to work to that and they're not going to get that straight away.
Yeah, but same with skincare, right?
100%.
That's why LED Light Therapy was so hard to educate our customers on, because people are so used to quick gratification. And they want dewy skin now. They want to wake up tomorrow with glowy skin, but it doesn't work like that with LED Light Therapy. So that was definitely one of the challenges. And that's, I think, in this generation, just people not willing to work hard towards something that will come down the track. They're very short-sighted like that.
And I think, honestly, on Google, it's like the biggest search when you write how to, it's like how to lose weight fast.
Everything fast.
How to get good skin fast. It's like, well, you need to build it. Like, it needs to be a process. So with the mask, sorry,
you go.
How long does it take to see results with the mask?
So it depends what your skin concern is. For someone with acne or breakouts, typically about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's
pretty good.
It depends what it is. I mean, if you're just helping premature age, like for you ladies, then you won't notice anything too drastic.
Yeah.
You'll just notice it under your skin and you'll just age a lot more gracefully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for someone with fine lines and wrinkles, probably like 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. Like, it's still,
But it's a
it's
long
not
time
like,
for people.
you know, and that's the thing as well. Like, you know, we love to get Botox, but Botox you have to go back every 3 months, and it's kind of like, I've been watching a lot of videos as well that freak me out that says that like it's going to ruin your muscles or something in the long run. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be like a 60-year-old woman with a lazy eyebrow because of my Botox?
Possibly, because like they don't tell you the side effects or like what's going to happen to your face in 5 or 10 years time when you get all this filler and this Botox. And like the younger generation, like I got it when I was young, way too much. I look back and I'm like, that looked horrible. Why didn't someone stop me from going to the doctor? Because I look like a balloon. And I haven't gotten any years and I just feel so much better. But that's the thing with skincare. They're like, oh, I'm not going to, like, I don't need to invest into skincare because I'm just going to get Botox.
I can just go
It
get
is
Botox.
not the same thing.
Yeah.
Botox does not help with your radiance, your overall texture, the health of your skin. It is just like pausing a muscle. That's all it does. So, you know, there's so much more to it. Yeah.
But I think that say the 8 to 12 weeks results, but that's the thing. So working out, you don't see results for a long time. And but then people are gauging it by obviously going on the scales. They might lose a bit here, lose there. But then you're not seeing that necessarily too much, like when you're looking at the results each day and people are thinking, oh, I'm going to get results in 2 days. But then it's like, no, there's a process, there's a time. Give it that time.
Yeah, and especially like when you have fine lines and wrinkles and if you're using the LED mask, you have to take before and after photos because there's been so many of our customers that don't even realize the difference it's made until they compare it. So
Yeah, before and after photos, I've never been into it, but recently you see such a difference in a photo, like from weight, from your skin, everything, and just having that before photo, because when we look at ourselves in the mirror as women, obviously we're so judgy. We're like, oh, this needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change, and we don't actually see exactly what's in front of us. But then when you look at a picture and you see the before and after, you can physically see the differences and can tell what's happened.
Definitely.
So I think that's so important.
Yeah.
But also you really just want to like love the reflection that's looking back at you in the mirror, because that's the thing that greets you every single morning when you wake up. And if you don't like it, it's going to just set the tone for the day. And I know from firsthand, looking in the reflection mirror, looking at my ugly skin, be like, I fucking hate my skin.
Yeah.
And it ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
So like people are like, why is it so important to take care of your skin? For that reason.
Yeah.
For like the self-confidence and empowerment it brings you, because there's nothing worse than not liking your skin.
100%.
I don't even think the goal is to have flawless, poreless skin.
Yeah.
It's just to have good skin that you're happy with.
Yeah.
That you feel okay to wake up, go out of the house without makeup on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
That's
sure.
like the goal.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get your breakouts, you're going to get some fine lines. Like, that's totally fine.
That's life.
Yeah, that's life. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But as long as you like how you look, and then you like how you feel, and then everything else just like falls into place. You know what I
Yeah, for
mean?
sure.
Because you can have like the best talent or the best inner resources, but that can't come out if you don't feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can call it vanity, call it whatever you like, but taking care of your skin is important.
Yeah, because when you feel good, you want to be more productive.
Yes.
And it motivates you and inspires you
Yeah.
to want to do more, which is
Yeah,
going to benefit you in all
100%.
areas of your life. So
Yeah.
it starts from that one little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not so
Yeah.
little.
No,
you know?
exactly.
So,
Not at all.
So
Huge.
so
Yeah.
it's worth investing into it and looking after it.
Yeah. And, you know, we're pushing a lot of well-being with our team, and part of well-being is self-care and taking care of yourself and your skin. So we've been pushing that a lot with our team, is to just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, go for a walk,
Yeah.
eat, you know, healthy, or drink a lot of
Yeah.
watra, which I'm really bad at, but I'm
Really?
trying to. Just, you know, you have to keep drinking,
Yeah.
drinking. And then at the end of the day, I look at it and I'm like, I've only drunk like one bottle, which I
Really?
should have drunk like 3 bottles or something.
Yeah, you should have.
So it's kind of looking at those little steps.
Yeah.
And as you change those, you feel it in yourself how
Yeah.
different you really feel.
Yeah.
And skincare, I think, is probably on the top of that list.
Yeah, definitely. But also skincare is so much more than just topical stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's also what you do to your body, because
Yeah.
what you are, what you eat as
100%.
well. So, I mean, if you don't get your basics right, or your foundations of eating right, sleeping a lot, not
Yeah.
eating seed oils, not eating too much fried food and junk food, like, that's also skincare.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That affects your skin so much.
100%.
Not sitting out in the sun, baking, putting on SPF every day, all that stuff matters. It's not just what you put topically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I feel like back in high school, honestly, we were so bad. We would go tan every day, no
Baby oil. I
sunscreen,
know.
oil, and
Yeah.
just would go so red.
Yeah.
But then we'd be beautifully brown, and we're like, oh, we're amazing, we're so tan. But then now, like, SPF has become so important. I guess it's always been important, but we've never known about it. But now
not
it's
like
like,
this, yeah.
put SPF on. You're still going to get tan,
Yeah.
but it's going to protect your skin.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty bad with the SPF. I need to be better.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
But you know what my mum used to do to me and my brother? She used to dress us in like full body wetsuits at the beach.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I used to hate it so much. And she'd go, you're going to thank me when you're older. I'm like, I'll never thank you for putting me in this. And like my hands were brown and like my face was brown. The rest of my body was like white. I used to have like, you know, sleeve marks. It's been so embarrassing. But she knew the like importance of sun safety. So she really educated me from a young age.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not everyone's that lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially she's coming from Europe, right? And like
yeah,
compared to
of
Aussie sun, she was like, whoa, what is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Aussie sun is like so much stronger
So much stronger.
than Europe. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we'll go to Crow and we'll be brown straight away. Here, you go like lobster red before you go brown.
Yeah.
Which is very concerning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is concerning. Yeah, I know.
So let's go back to Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
So your dynamic, your roles, your relationship, has it brought you closer, do you think, or you're still kind of the same?
We're always close.
Yeah.
We are like pretty much best friends. We share everything. But I think it has brought us closer because, like I said before, we have now like a shared dream.
Yeah.
Which is like even greater than anything that we've had before.
Yeah.
That we're both working towards. Do you know what I mean? Then like we're each other's biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it has definitely brought us closer.
And any advice for anyone wanting to go into a partnership with their sibling, Christina?
Don't do it. I say that because, you know, business is hard and like
Yeah.
family's so important in your life. So
Yeah.
you'd never want business to get in the way of that.
Yeah.
Me and Matthew have a very unique relationship that I think is quite rare. So we make it work.
Yeah.
But if someone thinks they have a unique relationship they can make work, try it. But my advice would just be like, stay away.
Yeah.
Save yourself. No.
It is really hard.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Because you need to also try and find that that kind of healthy medium where you split the two.
Because when
Yeah.
when you hang out, can you separate business to hanging out with your brother, not your business partner.
Yeah, we have a lot of things in common, so we can. But there was like a point where all we just talked about was business. I'm like, do we not have a relationship?
Yeah.
Is it just a business relationship? So that can happen.
Yeah.
And that's like the worst too. If you don't have anything to talk about, if it's
Other
not
than
your
work.
business, you know, it's a little bit sad. But we're not like that, thankfully. Yeah, we have a lot of things in common that we like to do.
And I think we struggled with that for a bit because when we started working for the boys, it was like we found it very hard to switch off after work to at home because you've got all these ideas racing and you just want to share them.
Yeah,
but then
true.
you're like, wait, no, we're having dinner with the family. Like, let's not talk about work.
Yeah.
But then it's so hard to keep that in. And
I've learned to stop myself now.
Yeah.
It's like so many times I'll go home and I'll be like, I go to say it and then I actually pull myself back and then I'll write it in my notes to talk about at work.
At work,
Like I've learned to now
at the office,
stop
can I
it.
grab you for half an hour just while I run through with you what I needed to talk to you about last night, but we didn't get to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, this is my life too. And this
Yeah.
is now Matthew's life.
Yeah.
So we can talk about other things in life,
100%.
but this is the
Yeah.
biggest part of our life pretty much,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So it's okay as well if that's only what we talk about, as long as it's not just like transactional. If it's
Yeah.
like sharing like, you know,
Ideas
yeah,
and
that's right.
Bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
Now, we spoke about before how we're talking about, you know, people wanting a quick fix but then needing things to take time. Now, with Cure, how long did it take, do you think, to start to see this success? Because business isn't easy. You know, how long did it take to sort of see more customers come on board and what did that look like?
It was a journey.
Yeah.
Because I was in marketing before, I did think it was going to be a little bit more easier. Like, I'm just going to make sales like that.
Yeah.
But given the price point and the educational side of the product, it did take some time. That being said, I still knew what I had to do. I knew that if I got the product in people's hands, they'll love the unboxing experience, and then they would want to post about it, want to share it.
Yeah.
And then once I actually start using it, after hearing from the derms why this technology is so good and how it works, then everything just pretty much like fell into place. And then also I think we really started to pick up when we launched our third product, which is a microinfusion system.
Yeah.
That's when I think sales really started to pick up and we were able to get more people's attention and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think people look at people starting businesses and I think some people are like, oh, it's so easy. They just, you know, but there's days that it's not easy and there's days you don't get any sales
100%.
in the beginning and it's like you got to sit back and go, well, is this all worth it?
Yeah.
And then you got to push through that. But then obviously that's what you guys have done and to see your success and has been amazing actually.
There's been so many moments where I'm like, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Like I've done this for so many other brands. This is now my brand and I can't even do it right. I'm like, everything's like, you know, going to shit. There's been a lot of those like meltdown moments where like nothing's working. But what I've probably learnt is that you just need to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, success isn't about never failing. It's just about never stopping.
Yeah.
And like you can't beat someone who doesn't give up.
Yeah.
You just need to keep going at it. And I used to always remind myself to like think greater than I feel.
Yeah.
Even though the moment's hard, just keep going and you'll find your way and everything will work out. Just don't stop.
And if you believe in the product and if you believe in it, then you know that you can keep pushing for it.
Yeah.
And then it will start to grow.
And with those bad days, it's like things might be going to shit, but it's like that's the only way you're going to learn is when things go to shit because you're like, okay, that didn't work. We need to change that to make it work.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's how you build your brand and grow the business because how else do you know?
Yeah.
If you're perfect from the beginning, well, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. And I think like maybe like the quicker that you climb, the quicker like your incline is.
Yeah.
So it has to be like a nice steady growth and you have to learn along the way. Build your foundations right. You want to get better before you get bigger, I guess. Yeah.
And then building those genuine customers, I think, as well.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So were there is there a pivotal moment where someone used your product or something happened that sort of you saw an increase in sales? Oh.
Probably the dermatologist helped us get a lot of increase in sales, but nothing that I can like think of. I mean, there's been like lots of success stories that have like made me very happy personally. I don't know about the business, but it made me very happy. But yeah, nothing that I can think of that really just like there was this moment, then all of a sudden all of our sales rocketed. Nothing like that. Yeah.
But a consistent growth.
Yeah.
And everything, like, obviously a new brand in the industry.
Yeah.
So breaking into the beauty industry, like, I can imagine it's not easy.
Yeah.
But being a new brand on the market, it's all about that educational process and everything. And you guys are online only, but now you have your pop-up in Bondi.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you feel like educating people face-to-face at your pop-up is a lot easier than doing it over digital or your marketing?
That's a hard one because I feel like when you're doing it digital, you have also different angles coming at you. Do you know what I mean? When you're in front of a person, you have that one angle.
100%.
Whereas when you're online, you have the information that you're reading, the videos that you're seeing, the people that are endorsing it, the doctors that are talking about it.
Yeah.
So it helps with that buying decision.
Yeah.
Whereas in store, I found that because that's a big price point, people still need to think about it.
Yeah.
Do that research and then they come back.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine as well. But there is that like consideration period, definitely, both online and in store.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at that, actually.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it because obviously when I look at a product, I go straight to Google and then I Google more I do my research while I'm sitting there and then I can make my decision. Whereas if you're in a store, like you're asking the questions, but then you still want to go away and do your own research. So then that, I can understand that. But your pop-up is very cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really
my gosh.
cool.
Aesthetically, that just, does that bring a lot of people in? Because it looks incredible.
We get so many compliments on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you.
Because, you know, you see pop-ups and some really don't
Draw you in.
hit
Nothing.
the nail on the head. Some you just like, what is this? Is this like a pop-up or is this just a random person selling things? But yours is like, you know, you walk into a beautician sometimes and you feel like you're at like some luxurious like place. But some you kind of just go into and it's just like a doctor's office. Like I feel like I'm just white walls.
Yeah.
Yours is like you feel like you're at a beautician, you're at a luxe spa or something like that. Like the colours, the lights, it just really hits the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, your marketing, and that's obviously part of your marketing, is obviously very successful. You know, I follow you guys on Instagram, but then I'm bombarded with all your ads, but in a good way. What's behind that and what drives you with that? But I think you guys do your marketing very, very well.
Thank
Very
you.
well.
I'm glad that you like it. Hopefully we're not bombarding you too.
No, in a good way. Because then every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I really need to like get on this. It's good. It educates me.
Yeah, okay, good. I mean, that's where I think we're most successful in terms of marketing is educating our customers because our products are quite complex. There's a lot to it and there's so many different angles that you can come from.
Yeah.
You know, even with the LED mask, it treats so many skin concerns for so many different ages. So you really have to tailor your ads to that persona, being in their shoes, how they're going to feel, what they're going to feel once their skin is solved, or skin concern is solved. And that's how we basically tailor our marketing and obviously with the help of dermatologists as well. So we test different angles, we see what works. We more importantly talk to our customers, what their biggest like regrets are buying other skincare products, what they've tried, what's their biggest concern buying this skincare product. And so we just incorporate all that into our marketing.
Yeah.
Speaking of marketing, you recently celebrated hitting $1 million in a day, which is an incredible accomplishment.
Massive achievement.
Congrats.
Thank
all
you so
around.
much. Yeah.
And that itself is like, is that a moment where you're like,
A pinch me moment?
Shit, we've made something incredible here? Like, how did you feel when you kind of hit that day?
I mean, we both got a vision wall, Matt and I, and this is now the third year in a row where everything on my vision wall has come true. I think that concept itself is like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Even though every single year it's like, oh my God, I actually hit that sale. Or, oh my gosh, we're actually in Vogue.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now we're at a retailer. And every year that keeps on happening, that's what's like the most surreal part.
And do you think vision boards, like, because we've spoken about vision boards before and how powerful they are.
So powerful.
Do you think that's the one thing that really pushes you, that seeing it physically right there in front of you, knowing that it's in arm's reach, is that what pushes you kind of every day? Yeah.
It's like you have to like sort of brainwash yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I put it in my face when I go to bed, when I wake up.
Yeah.
You know, and then most importantly, you really have to visualize it. So you sit in front of it, you feel the emotions. What's it going to feel when you hit $1 million a day? What's your arm gestures doing? What are you saying?
Yeah.
So it feels like it's happening, and then like you sort of live into it and you step into it, and it actually happens.
Yeah.
It's like so insane.
And we were literally talking about this morning because with the girls this morning for Wellbeing Wednesdays, we do.
Oh, cool.
Last week they did goal setting and I said to them all this morning, I said, what was your goal? And they told me. And I said, now where is your goal?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, we just left it in the room or we put it in the bin. I'm like, no. I'm like, print out your goal, put it on your desk and I want you to look at it every day, read it, feel it, know it. Like you need to be seeing that to remember every day. Mm-hmm. That's my goal. That's what I want to get to. Mm-hmm. It's so powerful.
It's so powerful and it's so important to do.
Yeah.
People like really underestimate it.
Yeah.
But the visual works, man. I mean, it's happened for me now 3 years in a row, which I think is just insane.
Yeah.
Everyone I talk to, I'm like, do you have a visual? Do you have a visual?
Yeah.
Like, I have a whole wall, like a whole board. I'm like, I want everything in this, you know? So yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing you talk, you're very humble because it's not like you're sitting here and we ask you, like, you're like, we've hit 1 million, we've done this. Like, you're very humble about it. And I think that's a credit to you and obviously to your business because you guys have done some amazing things. Like, $1 million in a day is not an easy thing. Like, that's a massive, massive thing. And you've built an epic business. And I think just the way that you're going about it and how humble you are, I think is a testament to that business. And I think you've created something that's going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
But because you're doing amazing things and like you said it quietly, but you're in vogue.
Yeah.
Like, these are big milestones.
Yeah.
Like it's like big things to celebrate. And, you know, and obviously that's what we want to highlight as well as women in business.
Mm-hmm.
You're a woman who's got this passion, this drive in the skincare industry, and you're hitting these milestones. And I think it's great for people to hear that you can do it.
Definitely.
If you put your mind to it. So,
100%.
Yeah, and I think that's so important to show girls these days growing up that, you know, if you put your mind to something, you work hard.
Yeah.
You can't just think about it and go, it's going to happen. You still need to work hard to get there.
Yeah.
But to show that, yes, you can work hard. Yes, you can have kids and still have a career and have a business. Yes, you can do all those things. It doesn't end at when you get married and have kids.
Yeah.
Like you can still push on, and that's so important because you're being a role model for young girls, especially with skincare as well, because girls, they're so hard on themselves with their skin, especially as a teenager. You know, we have acne, we have, you know, all this stuff happening, all our hormones racing, and, you know, having that role model to look up to, and it's really important these days, I feel.
Definitely. But I would always want, like, my daughter to look up and want to be me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's, like, a really nice thought. And like what I said before, creating a legacy where whoever in the family wants to work for Cure, please, like, come. You know what I mean? So 100%. I think that's really nice to have.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now, skin. We've been talking about it. We've tippy-toed around the subject, but skin can be insane because, you know, we eat bad, like you said. If we eat bad, sometimes, you know, when it's that time of the month, our skin's not the best.
I know.
What is like the Cure like skincare routine, or what's your skincare routine that you follow that you think is kind of important?
It's actually pretty simple, surprisingly enough. I obviously use LED light therapy every single day. I cannot live without it just because I've seen such a big difference in my skin and how much it's helped me. So I definitely use that every single day. One thing I definitely do for my skin every day is eat raw liver.
This brings back memories.
Because you've tried it, right? We tried to get Cass on the liver train, but she wasn't for it.
I think it's just the texture for me. Or maybe it's just that I know that it's liver and I just can't.
I think so. You just need to get past that
But
barrier.
now they have the liver capsules.
Yeah,
so
that's
I can
okay.
take the capsules.
Yeah, but you have to take like so many capsules.
know,
You just
to
like take
make
like
one
this
piece of
little.
liver.
Yeah, you know, that's the only thing. But that's like so good for your skin. It has so much vitamin A, and it's like nature's multivitamin.
Yeah.
So that as well really has helped my skin. But besides that, cleansing, double cleansing, not wearing too much makeup, always wearing SPF, and then depending on what my skin concern is, whether I have fine lines that week or dark spots, then I just get a serum that's tailored to that.
Yeah.
So and then sometimes I just don't wear any skincare at all. Just let my skin breathe and do its thing.
Super simple. Like
It's super simple, but it's not, right?
Yeah.
You know, people do overcomplicate things, and I think like more acid.
Yes.
That just actually means more irritation,
Yeah.
not better skin. You know, so there is like a science to it or a method.
Yeah.
You just got to find what works for you.
Yeah.
And just not try to do too many things. There's so many trending things on Instagram and
100%.
TikTok. Even I see like all these like serum SML,
Oils
whatever it's
and-
called.
yeah.
Yeah, and it looks so nice online. And I'm like, all these Korean brands, I'm like, I want that.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just falling into trends.
Yeah.
Just stick to what has been proven to work. Even topical ingredients, your vitamin A, C, and E.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So just stick to that and then work your way up or sideways, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But that is the basics, I think.
And it kind of scares you as well when you go to a skincare shop or, wherever you buy skincare, and it's like I don't even know how to pronounce the words, like niacinamide, and glycerolic, and all this. And I'm like,
there's so much.
These words are like way too intense. Is this even good? And that's the thing, is that you look at things online, and it's like, your skincare routine should be cleanse, toner, serum, a face oil, and eye cream, then moisturizer, and then SPF. It's like, that's like 20 products just for one session.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's so much and it's so overcomplicated, whereas yours sounds very simple.
Yeah. I mean, we have an all-in-one face serum, which has like vitamin like A, C, and E. So like those 3 steps are into one.
Oh, there you go.
Basically for the convenience side again. So I think that really helps. I use that serum a lot.
Yeah.
But it just depends what your skin concern is. If like you have to use one serum, I'll just say to use vitamin A.
Yeah.
And then a good cleanse and a good moisturizer, really. And then your LED light therapy, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Can't skip that.
Do you do that? Like, do you find a difference whether you do that in the morning or night, or do you think it's kind of like you can do it whenever you want?
I haven't tried it at night. I've always done it in the morning because it works within my routine. Like I put it on my bedside table, I wake up, I put it on, I go make myself a coffee, and that's the way I can do it consistently.
Yeah.
And consistency is key
Yeah.
with whatever you're doing in life, right? But especially skincare.
Yeah.
So whatever works for you, as long as you can do it consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the convenience thing, it's only 3 minutes. So you
it's so
literally
quick.
wake up 3 minutes earlier.
I
And
find that crazy. 3 minutes. Like, it's nothing.
Do you know how many people are like, I just do it again because I feel like 3 minutes is like,
it's not
too
enough.
little? Yeah. I'm like, no, it is. Relax. You'll do it again tomorrow.
Because how many times do you get up and you just scroll on your phone for 5
exactly.
minutes? So then just do it during that time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what do
like
you
that.
think are the biggest mistakes people make with their skincare?
Doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, falling into the trends they see on TikTok and Instagram, or an influencer promoting something, and it just adds to their cupboard and just adds to the whole bucket of confusion. What do I use?
Yeah.
Why am I even using this? You just forget in the end. So I think people are just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Just like relax, take a science-backed approach, and just like do the basics again.
Yeah.
And then introduce these devices to help elevate your skin once you're ready, once you can actually incorporate it into your daily routine or your weekly routine, whatever it is.
I did. I watched a video you posted the other day. and
The
you
code
were
to glowing skin.
listing the things that you shouldn't be doing, and I was like, oh no, like taking your makeup off before bed, not eating oily foods, and I was like, oh no.
Taking your makeup off is very important for your skin.
It's such a simple thing to do, but we make it so hard.
Yeah.
I just always forget. And I'm like,
You-
why
wait,
am
you
I-
forget?
I'm bad.
No,
I'm really bad.
no.
I am changed now, but I used to be bad. Like
Wait,
I'm
you-
talking like a couple weeks ago bad.
But wait, you go to sleep with your makeup
Yes,
on?
I'm so
Oh my
bad.
God, if you told me that, I would have not come on here.
I'm really
that
bad.
is
No,
the
I used
worst
to. I've
thing.
changed now. I've changed.
You've
I'm a
changed?
changed
Okay,
person every
I'm
night
glad.
now.
She's been changed in the 2 weeks.
I am sleeping. I'm sleeping with a silk pillow now.
Okay,
So
that's good.
great. But yeah, like little things like that. It's like it's so easy to do. Just get it off your face.
Yeah, you need to. I know it's annoying,
Yeah.
right? But it's just one of those things. You don't have a choice.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, you don't
know.
have a choice. Just like brushing your teeth in the morning, you
I
just
know.
have to take off your makeup.
I know.
Like that stuff suffocates your skin.
It's crazy.
And at night, your skin is regenerating.
Yeah.
And you're preventing it from healing and repairing when you're just like suffocating it with makeup.
Yeah.
And like also, not only makeup, you've got like pollutants, bacteria all trapped from the whole day. And you're just going to bed with it.
I think another thing that you said on there was not touching your face with your hands.
That's
That
a hard
is
one.
So
That's
hard.
I know.
It's so hard because we're constantly
Yeah.
wanting to touch our face.
Yeah.
But you're right, the amount of shit that we touch
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that made like us a lot more aware during COVID because you'd see those videos where it's like someone touched this handle and then you've touched that handle. They've just gone to the toilet, not washed their hands. They've touched that handle.
And then
it's
now
like,
you're putting it on your
skin.
face.
oh, and now I've
Yeah.
just touched my whole face with
I
it.
know.
It's
No, I know.
crazy. That one I think is probably the hardest.
Yeah.
What do you think is the hardest one that you listed out of those to be doing?
That one is hard, right? Because when you're thinking, you're like, and all of a sudden you're like, why do I have breakouts on my chin? You know? So that's why, you know, our dermal mist, that helps to kill bacteria. So I have that literally in front of my screen and I just like spray it every hour.
Every time you touch your face,
yeah.
you're like, oh.
Or whenever I remember, so at least to kill bacteria because you touch it, you don't even notice how many times you touch it. Sorry, what was the question again? The hardest thing?
Hardest one that you listed on that video. Honestly, I think it would be that one.
Probably that one. Probably that one.
Yeah, because when I sit at my desk, like I was noticing before, you just do it automatically.
Yeah, you do without even realizing.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
I think there was another one, but I can't remember it now.
I was trying to go through all the things I was
Eating
saying.
eating well, not oily foods. You know, the liver one, I'm not going to be able to. Look, I could probably do it, if I'm being honest. You just swallow it whole and
like you chop it up into very small bits and then like you swallow it like a pill. So it's like you just drink it. You don't actually chew it or taste it.
We can do it.
You guys
should try
can.
We'll get some liver for the fridge here.
You should.
Chop it up every morning.
Do like a little liver ritual in the morning.
Yeah.
Liver shots.
We are trying to be a lot healthier and take care of our bodies and our skin more. And diet plays so much into that.
It does.
And we are trying. And exercise. And it's just kind of, like you said, the routine. It's like being consistent with it. And I think it said, did we go to a conference or something? And, you know, they said that it takes 90 days to make a habit or break a habit. And it's like, okay, if I can get through 90 days of this, it's with me for life.
Yeah.
Is it 90 days? That's
I think they said
long.
90 days. Yeah, it takes 3 months. So to do it every day, and then after that 90 days, it's just a habit. So it's like biting my nails. Like if I don't bite my nails for 90 days, then I just won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Have you stopped?
Yeah, I've been pretty good actually.
Are you a nail biter, are you?
Yeah, I'm bad.
Oh, that's a hard one to stop.
It is a hard one to stop, but I've actually been pretty good.
Oh, good.
Is there an LED thing for you?
There is. We haven't come out.
There's
with
one
them,
for your
so
chest though, the
there
decolletage.
is. Yeah.
And that's something that I had no idea was something that you actually need to take care of, like your decolletage.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Because I get burnt there, like when I was younger, when I was playing sport and stuff, all the time. And then now when I'm looking and I'm like, oh, all those times that I got sunburnt, I can see it now.
Yeah.
I can see the
You
lines.
can see the lines.
Yeah.
And even when you're like asleep and you sleep when you start, you wake up and then you see all the lines and you're like, I should be taking care of my decolletage.
100%. And like also that's like connected to your face, right? And like have you ever seen like a person or like an older lady on the street? She has a beautiful, smooth face, but then you do notice the neck and a decolletage. And like this sun damage, it comes up years later. That is the thing. People are like, I'm fine, I'm young, get burned, tan tomorrow. No, you're going to regret that in 10 years.
100%.
You can do all the lasers that you want, but it's still not quite the same. You know, so you've got to take care of your skin.
So beauty trends, where do you see the industry kind of going? Because we've got these LED lights now with an app, and that's where all technology is going.
Yeah.
So where do you see beauty products kind of going in the future? I mean, I know you've got a product coming that is to be confirmed. But where do you see the industry?
I think in the same way that it has been in the last couple of years with technology leading the way, because consumers don't just want a product like a serum or a moisturizer that can only go so far into the skin, that can only do so much.
Yeah.
They want clinical grade results from home. So that's where it's heading.
Yeah.
Still technology leading the way, and that's going to remain our focus as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think just the convenience thing, I think, will change everyone's life.
Yeah.
Everything is leading to more convenience.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, there's washing machines and dryers that you press to turn on when you're not there, and there's vacuums you can turn on. It like having that face thing just for 3 minutes in the morning. It's quick, it's efficient, it's done.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's the perfect way. Now, what is next for Cure as a business? Like, where do you want to see yourselves? And then, what's on your vision board for Cure in the next 12
Are you allowed to
12
say?
to
I mean, what I touched on before a little bit, you know, these products, they're very exciting for me to make because, again, it's like the world's first something. So that's what's in store for us. And I think just getting our product in more people's hands, helping more people, empowering more people to take care of their skin, solving more skin issues, solving other issues that might not have to do with the skin. That's like a little hint for you guys. Because like wherever we can make an impact, that's where we're going to dip into. So that's the future for us.
Oh, I'm excited.
Very excited.
We'll see what's
You can also help mums. Okay, maybe I'll stop talking. Yeah.
Well, I hope I'll have
New
another baby,
mums.
so
Yeah.
I'll be on that. Can you
Exciting.
maybe release it
Yeah,
when I
I
have
will.
another
Don't you
baby?
worry. I got you.
All right, we've got some rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
we're gonna go
Okay, hit
through.
me.
All right, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
this. All right, first one. Favorite skincare product besides your own?
Don't do that to me. I don't have one. I'm sorry. Not to be biased, but our products are the best. There's like a
know.
lot of great products out there. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but nothing compares to Cure. I'm sorry.
I like
can't
that.
answer.
You heard it first. And that's when you believe in your product.
Yeah.
You know it works. You are the
Yeah.
owner. You made
Yeah.
it. You use it. You know, there's some, people that have a product, but they don't actually use it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how can you believe in your
Yeah.
own product if
Oh,
you
that's
don't use
crazy.
it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. Biggest lesson you've learned as an entrepreneur?
Biggest lesson would be, I think what I said before about success is not about never stopping.
Yeah.
I mean, never failing. It's about never stopping and just never giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly to think greater than you feel and just to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Love
a biggest
that.
lesson.
That's good.
One myth about LED skincare you'd love to debunk.
Oh, one myth is always that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And what I would say to that is like, just go see our customers before and after photos.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not even going to say anything else.
Yeah. Some people would just be like, it's just a red light you're putting on your face.
It doesn't work.
It's
I'm
easy.
Like, I don't know. You tell me. Look at these photos. It's insane, you know? So, yeah.
All right. What's one thing you would never put on your skin?
Ooh.
A Demerol.
Okay.
Demerol.
Really?
Yes, it's a big no-no.
Oh my gosh, I don't use one, but everyone raves about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I mean, they're outdated, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like, the thing with Demerolers is you have these needles that
Yeah.
you roll onto your skin. So it's like inconsistent tearing, number
Yeah.
one. Two, the needles become blunt the more you use it.
Mm.
Three, if you don't
gosh.
sterilize it properly, you're at risk of infection.
Oh my god.
There's like so many things wrong with it.
Ooh,
I didn't know
That's
that
something
about
I would
them. I
never-
thought they were just
yeah.
like a thing you just roll on your face. I had no idea that they were
Yeah,
that.
rolling causes a lot more harm than good.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I don't use that.
Learn here first, guys.
If you could collaborate with any celebrity, who would it be?
You know what? No one really comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think as well.
Yeah, I mean, just anyone that has aged gracefully.
Yeah.
Like, I think then those women that come to mind is probably like Jennifer Aniston, Jessica Alba, Miranda Kerr. Those have that still look like they have the same face.
Yeah.
Just a little bit older.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's true.
I like that. What's your best advice for women in business?
I love this question. My advice would be that it's not about being fearless, but it's about moving forward despite the fear. You know, bring
love
your
that.
bring a perspective, because I'm scared of everything, right?
Yeah.
So bring a perspective, bring your emotional intelligence, your empathy, because that's what makes you have these superpowers and not weaknesses.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the world doesn't need more women playing it small. They need more women that are bold enough to lead, to build, to have an impact. So yeah, that'll be my
Love that.
advice.
I love that.
Go
Love
to the
that.
women.
You know, we are sometimes scared to speak
Yeah.
up or to
Of course.
to want to start our own
Yes.
business and to want to, because you don't know where to start and you're
Yeah.
scared that you're going to fail, but it's just pushing past that fear and and putting yourself out in the open.
Yeah, like you
and
can-
I know like you're doing that a lot more now, coming on the podcast and
Yes,
showing
yes.
yourself in videos, and that's so important as well
Yeah.
because it really humanizes your brand and it shows you're a person
Yeah.
behind this. You're not just a robot,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah, because people want to see the face behind the brand.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the videos that you're releasing lately
Thank
because
you.
it's
Yeah.
you're showing that
Thank you.
human side, which is good.
It just
Yeah.
makes it more real.
Yeah.
And people
I know.
I guess that emotional
Yeah.
connection
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said before, I'm scared of everything. Like, you know, like, honestly, I'm scared
well,
to
you
do
came
this.
on
I
this.
know. But you just got to, that's what I said before, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to be scared.
Yeah.
But you just got to still do it despite being scared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'll be happy in the long run. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And then after, you just feel so good. You're like,
Yeah.
I could do a 50 podcasts after
Oh,
this.
I don't know. One step at a time. Shit.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Well,
good.
it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Christina, you shared so much.
Thank you.
I think people will take a lot away from this, and
hope so.
it's like I said, it's very inspirational to see where you've come and
Yeah.
and you as a woman, what you've turned out to be. And, you know, we grew up together, like I said, but who would have thought back when you're younger that, you know, you're going to be owning your own business and killing it on social media and all of the above. So it's been really special. So thank you
so much for having me.
And, congratulations on
thank you.
what you've built and what you're continuing to build.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And just don't kill yourself with Matthew.
That's a challenge in itself.
Matthew, be good to her. She's a good one.
You heard, Cass.
We do always end with a random question, but we haven't thought of anything.
We haven't. We do this every time and we forget, and then we sit here.
What's a random question?
Like we've done, like, you know, if there was one country in the world you could live, where would it be?
Ask me a juicy one.
Oh, this is hard.
We always do this, and then we forget to think of the question. I'm running a blank now.
Well, we've talked about skincare, so we're not going to do about beauty or about skincare.
Why don't I ask you ladies one?
All right, you come up with one. But you have to answer it too.
I think I've sort of probably answered it, but it's like, why are you ladies doing what you're doing?
That's a good one.
You know, because you guys are making
That's
impact
a good one.
in this industry as well, you know? So I'd love to know.
Rach, you want to kick it off?
I just have a passion for showcasing the amazing thing women are doing.
Love that, yeah.
But then also have a passion of just like being confident and showing that you can build something.
Yeah.
And just the excitement behind it. Like I get excited to come to work to do fun things that we're doing, and I just think how it makes me feel, and then how proud I feel when I see things that we create is what I think. I don't know if that sounded right.
No, you're
right. Yeah.
And I think when we started, like, because we work for our husbands, you know, we wanted to do something for ourselves as well while still supporting them.
Yeah.
Because we're big on supporting them and we want to grow their business too. They've done an amazing job building what they have built. But having something of our own as well, which also supports them, just fulfills us every day.
Yeah.
We get to have our own little events and our own kind of persona that we push to the world, and I think that's important. And the feedback we've been getting and everything just
it's amazing what you guys
gives
are
us
doing, honestly.
the most gratification out of everything.
And I think it's our little baby, and I've always wanted to have something that was
just like Cure is your little baby. You know, you have something and you just
100%.
believe in it. And
Want to nurture it,
Yeah,
grow
exactly.
it. I totally get it. No, but you ladies are doing an amazing job as well. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And we love hearing about women, so anyone else. And you sent me one this morning, which we're definitely going to
that's why I love what you guys are doing. Like this whole female empowerment feels so good to watch, you know, or to listen. So I can't imagine what it's like to be you ladies.
Yeah, it's very inspiring, and I think we get inspired every guest we have on. And every guest has a different story and a different, you know, journey of how they got to where they get to.
Yeah, and I learn so much every episode of like like light bulb moments with things, and it's good.
Awesome.
Thank you for being very motivating.
And thank you everyone. And Cure is still in Bondi for how long?
Until the end of this month.
End of Feb.
Check it out, definitely.
End of Feb, mid-March.
So pop up there, and you've got your website where you sell everything in Instagram. So we'll be putting that on our socials, and we love it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.